Man, it's good to see my man Teknoblast back with the ones and twos. We got the realest one in the building. I got Six Slayer in the building. And I got my man Sammy V in the building. Damn, we got realists all over the place today. All the realists having issues right now, but that's
realist is duplicating himself.
He probably got multiple tabs open and
multiple man, Six Slayer from X-Men.
No doubt.
Oh man, Sammy V, how's it good down there in Canada, bro?
Everything's good. Everything's reopened. We're back live. It's it's a night and day out here. You guys got to come out for a visit.
Man, it's been since 1990 since I've been up there. So yeah, man. That's definitely true, man. Last time I was in Canada was that long ago, but it was a great time. I'd love to come back up.
Marquise Harrell, man, appreciate that. Chit Chat community, stand up. Yo, it feels good to be back, man. From my sickness, no COVID, just sickness, man. I had this kind of flu cold that Teknoblast had. That just the coughing stays with you, man. I don't know what the hell it is. It's horrible. It just stays in you until it gets out. It's good to see you though, Tech, man. Houston in the building. The realest one should be popping back in. He's having technical difficulties, but I'm good to be back, man. It's good to be around my teams. It's good to be around y'all. Sorry I haven't been able to pop up on Techno's show. Been working late hours, but that's about to end. Check his channel out every Tuesday nights now. He's dedicated. He's going in for every Tuesday. Check him out. I guess around 7:30.
7:30.
Still same time, same bat channel, you know. And it's just good to be back, y'all. We got some subjects we're gonna hit. You know, we're gonna do what we do. So I got all these mics, man. It's in a crate. Y'all just grab them. And green grows, man. Green grows. Xbox can't be stopped right now. Whatever Xbox does, it's the talk of the town. Halo's got another Series 4 coming out. Halo Master Chief Collection is getting a flood extra game, what you call it? Not even a DLC, an expansion type. I guess it's like a horde. And that's the damn Master Chief Collection. Halo Infinite is getting co-op soon. It's getting 2 new maps. People like Sammy V is about to lose their damn mind.
I've already lost it. I'm still on that campaign. I've unlocked all the skulls, and I'm going Lasso right now.
Nice. Emmanuel A1 with the $10 super chat. Thanks, homie. Finally, some
Straight
new
up.
DIRREC gaming. Been hoping for a show. You ain't the only one. Glad to hear you're doing well now. New legal. Indeed. It's good to hear you. You sounded normal, bro, man. You were going through it, bro. You weren't the only one, Tech, before you. But hey, some other people in my personal life had been going through it too. So yeah, man, it was real bad. Even myself, I had some migraine, which is completely different. But you know, because of that, I missed out last week on Tech's show. But Eli, Tech, and I forget who else was there. But you know, Fireboss was there. Yeah, great show. Unfortunately, I had to miss. I had this migraine, man. 3 days, man. 3 days straight. It would not go away, bro. But it finally did. I felt like $1 million after that. I can only imagine you two felt that way after, you know, the sickness passed. Y'all felt way better.
Man.
That's when you realize the difference between the word sick and well. Like, you appreciate that so much.
I'm telling you, man, when that cough that just
that
lingers around for no reason.
Emmanuel A1, I really appreciate that, bro. Thank you, man. It means a lot, bro. You know we here. Realest one, what's good, man, down in the H-Town, baby? What's good?
Nothing, man, just getting some gaming in over the weekend. You know what I'm saying? Like you working hard all week. I like to take some of my spare time and play some games. The kids left, so it's game time.
That's right.
Man, I hear that, man. Nothing Xbox does can be faded right now, man. I got to give Xbox its roses right now. Canada standing tall with Xbox. Of course, the U.S. is standing tall with Xbox. Central America standing tall for Xbox. South America standing tall for Xbox. The UK standing tall for Xbox. Hell, even Japan. You got the Japanese comrades out here just stomping all over Twitter each and every day, man. Letting everybody know what the business is, how the technology is going on Xbox, man, and it feels good because we never had that before. We were stuck with all these articles, man, using the Japanese culture and its island as a way of just to make Xbox look bad. But if you've noticed, you don't see none of them talking about that now. What happened to Japan?
Japan don't matter anymore.
What's up with it, Tech? What's up with that?
Japan don't matter anymore. It's all about America.
Oh, okay. It doesn't. Oh, the goalpost got moved. Oh, yeah. I get it now. So that's what it's about. I get it now. That makes sense. Okay, Xbox is doing better. It's doing better than every other Xbox except for 360. So now, yeah, it doesn't matter no more.
Here's the thing about that. We were talking about the Halo thing. I feel this is a good way to link the two things we're saying. How Xbox is doing so well, right? And in relation to Halo. See, all of Halo's success could be the textbook example there is the Master Chief Collection. We know what it was planned to have been. We know what it became. And we know the efforts they put into it that they continue to put in long after they really truly had fixed it, right? Beyond what it was originally had promised to have been, right? From the point when, sometimes you have to go through bad times to get better times, because the Master Chief Collection, like I say, is a textbook example. Had it worked out the way they originally planned when they launched it, it would not be where it is today. Master Chief Collection is where it is today because they had to go through hard times and redouble their efforts to improve, to give us even more content than they originally had and was promised to get all along. And now we see that continuing on where we have the ODST mode where they're fighting the flood. It's just like a match made in heaven, where they take what Halo is and they implement it into modes. When people are talking about a battle royale and how Halo don't need a battle royale. Well, I always said, Halo always takes the game mode du jour and puts the Halo spin on it. So guaranteed, if we get a battle royale in Halo, it will be Halo style. It will fit in with the Halo lore, gameplay, and everything to be mode that's continued to be talked about. And of course, it's like they say, the more haters you have, the better you're doing. That's how you gauge your successes. And so too it is with Xbox. The more the haters is talking about every move Microsoft and Xbox makes, it keeps Xbox on the lips of everybody. The people who don't know the details start looking closer and they start to see, oh snap, that's what it is. I need to get me an Xbox. Oh, they got a $299 Series S with a Netflix style plan that keeps adding games, even PlayStation made game, MLB, right? Looking good. But double back into the Halo thing. This is why I'm I'm gonna pass the mic to Sammy. I'm sure he's got lots to say, bro. But I'm confident in where Halo as a franchise is going, from the TV show to what they continue to do with the Master Chief Collection. And even though some people may not feel 100% about that, even Halo Infinite, right? We see the path they're on. We understand that there are troubles and, some people are trying to be patient and it's tough for them. I get that, but we see the road ahead and we know that Microsoft, because they've done in the past, like I said, with the Master Chief Collection, but also with other things, they are willing to put that time and effort to fix things. And I think, Sammy, what you think about all the talk with Master Chief Collection and particularly what's going on with Halo Infinite, bro?
Master Chief Collection. Yesterday, as soon as I turn on the Xbox, it says update. I'm like, okay. 15 minutes later, wow. I'm just simply blown away with a brand new user interface, easier menu to guide through, and the multiplayer that they added with the flood. Just one amazing transformation from day one up until now. And they've listened to the community. That's the main key with Xbox Game Studios. They started listening to us, and now they're delivering everything that we wanted. As for Halo Infinite, the key one is for that one is a big world that they've worked on with this brand new slip space engine. So that one, we could give it some more time for them to come out with some material. Yet it's been delayed a little bit too much. Then, I'm just a little speechless on Halo Infinite right now. But yet I'm very, very excited that they're coming out with 2 maps. Battle Royale, that's going to kill the COD Battle Royale guaranteed when it comes out. Because with all the weapons, all the vehicles that it has, and the gameplay and game style, with the world now watching and playing, it's going to be a really, really big surprise coming soon.
Absolutely.
And free to play. But Sammy, I like how you say, you have issues and you're not 100% satisfied with what they do. But you notice how you're able to tell that truth and not just claim, oh, it's the best ever, despite there being issues. Like, you speak on the issues you feel it has. You see how you can do that?
And for the 6 years that they've been working on, great job building the game, great job with the mechanics, gameplay, the AI, especially with the RDNA 2 chipset in there. This game is smarter than before, and most beautiful, like, graphics are on point. I was just expecting them to come out with a little bit more in the beginning, rather than just pausing it and just doing a season 1. The only thing that I didn't like about the season 1 is those little side games, the 10 Rise and then the Cyber Showdown and whatnot. I was expecting them to add more maps to it along the sides. Other than that, it's coming up to be a great game. And I think by next year, they may have an announcement for DLC or just like to extend more of that world that we're checking out on Zeta Halo. I think the whole game is gonna be on the whole entire ring, but it's just gonna be like next year coming out soon.
Agreed. I feel, the battle royale is definitely it's gonna have something to do with the ring. I feel when it's complete, I feel like they're gonna have a mode where more akin to what we have with battle royales now, where the play space starts to shrink. And the ring is a great place to do that, Maybe certain sections of the ring get locked down, and you have to, narrow that play field over time. It would fit in perfect with the Halo narrative and the lore, where maybe that whole plate got lifted off, like they did in which Halo Wars was it, 1 or 2? I forget.
Yeah, the flood is my dudes, man. Those are my homies.
Oh, plus you got the
how
flood.
You gonna come out 2014, right? December 2014 when Master Chief Collection came out?
Yeah, I believe so.
Here we are, 2022, and you come out with a daggone multiplayer feature for the flood, right? And you just causing hysteria all over again. People are already downloading the Master Chief Collection again. It's like, man, you just can't stop Halo. Halo is the Star Wars of Xbox. Sammy V, have you even seen the series yet? Have you seen it on Paramount Plus?
I have seen a couple shows.
Okay.
Paramount Plus, they won't allow us on our Xboxes in Canada. That's
wow.
On the PC, I could watch it, but seldom.
Weird.
You're gonna give them ammo. Shh.
No.
Yo, Realist, you quiet today, man. You playing? What are you doing? Sneaking, playing Elden Ring while you on the podcast? What's up?
Man, I was listening to these dudes, man, because all right, my opinions with Halo are different than a lot of I guess you call them, more hardcore than I am. For me, every time I boot up Halo, I'm enjoying it. But it seems like a lot of guys that play Halo, it'll be the only thing they play. So they complain about lack of content. Now they could have fleshed it out a whole lot more than what they did. But they did let us know this is a 10-year project. Right. and they're going to be building it kind of Sea of Thieves style, if you ask me. Although it's not as blank as Sea of Thieves, it's a little easier to achieve than to have like a wide open canvas where they can just add whatever and you meet and converge. It's a big, huge world over there compared to what Halo is, where it's an arena shooter. But I mean, if Halo fans are happy, I'm happy. And when they're unhappy, I don't give a fat rat because they complain too much. You know, it's not the only game on planet. Like if it's lacking something for you, go play something else.
Absolutely.
That's just how I feel about it. But for me, it's fun, it's great, and whenever they bring more, I'll be ready to play it. I got so much to play to be sitting around complaining about something.
Willis? You know what you suffer from?
Tell me.
You suffer from realness anxiety, right? You're an Xbox fan.
That's what they call the
Xbox fan. So when you go to play your Xbox, you're going in with some excitement, with some enthusiasm, with some expectations of fun, with an expectation of community. You have set the Xbox at a high standard.
It's not an infection. It's not a disability. It's something that's in you as a person, bro. You have that philosophy.
He's going in with the mindset of having a good time, right?
Yes.
So just like I told Goodbox, he says, I'm putting it right back up. Oh, and shout out to Goodbox. Shout out to the whole chit chat.
Shout out to the whole chat, man. Especially
shout out to the whole chit chat community. I'm putting back up Goodbox, right? He says, I'm trying out a Halo Flood firefight right now on the Master Chief Collection. And all I'm saying to him is this: let me know what you think, man, because I'm about to download it. I'm hyped. I love the Flood, bro. Those are my dudes. I love the Flood, man. When they come out, they're spreading the virus. You're getting sick. You're turning into them. I love it. You get your brains out.
Infecting that flood.
You get infected, fam. Exactly. What's up?
But see, legal, like, okay, I'm glad you brought that back up because that was something I was going to address. Okay, when it comes to the Flood, like every real Halo fan wants the Flood. That's like the apex. It's like the pinnacle of what it was. So much fun. It added a new element, right? But you gotta give them the opportunity to try something else, because if they give us the Flood over and over again, then people will start complaining about too much Flood. So they try and they they don't want to just jump right back to the Flood. So that's why we finally have, Flood coming and is back into the consciousness of Halo fans, because
I agree. Absolutely.
Yeah, they have to try something else. And since it didn't work, go back to Old Faithful.
Exactly. You know why it didn't work, realist? You want to know why? Because every now and then, every red moon, right? Every blood moon, right? Every Halley's Comet, only twice in their lifetime, right? You make a game that's just perfected. Like, you make a game where it's so beautiful, it's so delicate that you can't go in there messing stuff up too much, because you got people like Sammy V. You got millions like Sammy V. That's the problem, realist. There's too many true Halo hardcore fans like Sammy V that they okay with you coming up with something slightly new, but when you get too far off, I ain't playing it. That's whack. Yeah. I don't want to see that.
But legal, when you get there, right, you get to the point to where you have a guy like Jim Ryan sitting on the couch saying that he hates that he can sell 120 million consoles and you don't have enough players that are buying these games. Same thing with Halo. They released this game. They got people saying it costed 500 million. Even if it didn't, the man hours over 10 years will be, right?
Right.
The Halo hardcore is not enough. They need to expand their audience, and that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, I mean,
that's what they're trying.
The hardcore of every franchise is like, why are they deviating? What about the people who you're dying? Okay, they're trying to cultivate new relationships with these new fans. They're trying to grow their fan base, and they need to introduce new content, new ideas.
I'm that guy. I'm the guy that complains about how things are changing, and sometimes I don't like it, especially when after playing Halo 3, and I think it was maybe 5 when they started coming out with those abilities, the jumping ability, the shield,
and I liked it. And
I hated it. I hated it. It turned me off completely to play
Microsoft hated it too, and that's why we have Destiny.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing about all of that. See, I don't. Okay, 3 things I want to say. Number 1.
Oh man, not 3 things. Come on.
It's quick. Number 1, real quick. This is some shade, but not really because it's facts. Once again, Jim Ryan can sit there and be mad that he sold 120 million consoles, but don't sell games. That's just that group of people on that platform. The platform made that happen. That's their fault. Because when these same people are on Xbox, because let's be honest, there's a group of people, generation to generation, who have no loyalty to Xbox or PlayStation, right? Who rocked 360, and 360 ruled and defined that generation no matter what sales numbers was in the end, right? Or claimed to be, rather, right? We have people who were rocking 360 that generation, right? Last generation, they switched to PS4. Now it's looking like, I feel, they're coming back to Xbox this generation, right? So those people will buy games. So when a platform can't sell games, that's the platform's fault. The platform didn't do anything with what they had to get sales out there. But maybe that's just core to how they do, well, everything. So there's that. Secondly, I'm going to tell you up front, I agree with what you said. And my personal opinion, Eli, is exactly what you said, right? However, on the other side, it's still true. So even though I agree with you 100%, this is true. And how do we address this? Like, you want to change, you want to do new things. People are always going to talk. So I feel like Microsoft is too worried, at least when it comes to Halo, about what people say. Once people start say this and that, they blink. They fail the G test when somebody looking you in the face and waiting for you to blink and talking.
Get all your breath stinks.
Talking heavy. Man, talking heavy.
Dragon breath.
And do you flinch or do you stand your ground and say what you think in opposition?
You're so stinky.
If you feel like you're opposed.
I'd be flinching. I'm scared.
Man, your breath stinks, dragon breath.
Well, Microsoft be flinching.
Ooh, go brush your teeth.
And they flinch and they go off and they do other things like using one of their
Here's a Mentos.
And they use one of the cards. They should
take a tic-tac.
Yo, you're killing me. Hold on, listen. So you're killing me. Ooh, every time I gotta laugh at every line. But yo, they
15 minutes, okay?
And so they use one of their ace cards that they know they should hold in reserve, the Flood, and they play that card because they flinch. They need to stop that. They need to stop that.
Okay, I disagree. Here it is. Here's why I disagree.
Okay,
here's where I disagree at. I'm gonna take Gears of War for an example.
And I was holding that back. I think they did the same thing with Gears of War, but I'm not as familiar. So please tell me.
Gears of War messed up after 3, right? 4 was a disaster. And when the community stopped playing it, they had to go back and fix everything and get the players back. Players came back. They started putting old classical characters back in there because I'm letting y'all know something. When you make something so great, that's the beauty of it. This is why you don't see Mario Brothers doing anything too crazy. You don't see, what is it? I hate to say it, but you don't have to do too much with Pac-Man. You don't have to do too much with Zelda. You don't have to do too much with Sonic, because every red blood moon, a Haley's Comet comes around and you end up making a perfect game, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's the beauty. Other games, yeah, you change up, you're going, but you make a beautiful game. Now let me use Gears for example. They now realize, yeah, we can't do too much. We can do a little bit, but not too much, right? But watch this. Let's make the Horde, and you can throw in locusts with the robots. You can mix it up. Now they brought back the Locust Horde. They brought it back finally, and you got real Locust Horde. With Halo, it was beautiful to come out. With me, I would think, put out a Horde. Put a Horde mode out there and use the Flood. Because
that's the obvious mode. Yes.
Right. Use a mode because it's perfect for something like that. And then now you're fighting them, and if you go look at State of Decay 2. Wow, we just had a classic moment. We just had a classic moment at Tech's house, y'all. The little son finally came in the show. We've been missing him as well, man. Wow,
He's back there.
Man. He's here. Look at him. Look at him.
It's like he hears you guys.
He's here, yeah. He's feeling out the energy. Yo, he's got his jersey,
He's
man.
internet famous, bro.
Jersey
Internet
on.
famous.
He's doing it big.
He's got
you know what I'm saying?
He's got a hamburger shirt on.
He's the youngest member of DIRREC Gaming. You know what I'm saying? He's the youngest member. So use it like that. Exactly. Use it like that, and you don't have to worry about it. Now, what I do agree, yes, there's nothing wrong with trying to innovate. I like the grappling hook. I like it. It made the game
that was
more
universally loved. Thankfully.
I love that. I love that little device.
I don't think anybody has a problem with it.
Yeah, nobody had a problem with it, but what brought them there? Like all the running, whining, right? They didn't want them to run.
Yeah,
and they stuck with it. Right. And then they said, you know what? We're gonna. I guess it's just like I hate to bring PlayStation up, but we're talking gaming, so
speak on it.
The same way why we don't get PC day one, right? They have to boil the frog slowly, right? So that's why you can't just jump into running and then you can't bring the grappling hook that same game. You have to gradually bring it along. See, when the grappling hook came, nobody really complained. And plus, the execution is probably the best use of a grappling hook in any game.
For it to make it successful. Thank God they got it right.
Yeah,
and they utilized the upgrade, so it wasn't just like you got it and it was the deadliest weapon out there. You kept playing and you upgraded, and I like that. I even like the fact when you upgraded your energy shield. Yeah. I liked it. Those little elements right there. That's what I'm talking about with the game.
Exactly, and that's what I always thought. You're a dude in power armor. I didn't feel that way till Halo 5 because, and I guess you disagree, Tech, but how I feel was, and they put it great into gameplay too on Peak Game when I get to that part. You feel like you're a dude in power armor. You can duck, dive, and it's power armor assists. The little jets come when you do that little juke move left to right. When you're running, that's the suit doing it, right? And because it's doing it, now your shield don't charge. That's the gameplay balance, right?
Yeah.
You could run around and do all this stuff, but if you get tapped up in the middle of it, now you got to retreat. Your retreat better be good because your shield ain't recharging while you retreat running like that. But you got to run at the very beginning to get out of, lane. Then you got to, if you're in a good position, maybe we'll stop with the running it as you retreat to get that charge to come back to your shield, which will take a moment. That was the gameplay balance. They gave you the arenas, and that's why they use more of those virtual VR arenas to emphasize that with all the grappling, and it's a natural thing. People used to always complain about the console version of Crysis if dudes came from the PC version. I never understood it. They complained that console controls for the Crysis games ruined it. But how I see it was, when you run in, I'm in a freaking powered armor. I better be running like the Flash. That's what I got this for.
That's what frame.
And that should happen automatic. It shouldn't be, I switched on the speed power to start running. It's when I'm running, boom, speed power. If I punk something, it switched to power mode to give me that strength to black out on a Jeep and it goes flying. Or some dude's head or whatever, and the body ragdolls away from me, right? I shouldn't have to turn the power mode on. If all of a sudden I want to go Predator style because I'm taking a lot of attention and I want to get that off me, get the heat off me. Boom, I tap the button. It's not a mode I have to switch into then engage. I hit the button when I need it. And Halo has that same way. But what I think now is maybe it was a little too much. And that's what Eli I think is saying. Now, bro, I'm gonna pass it right back to you, bro. I think
man, I thought that was good. I didn't even realize that, but you're right. I would love to have the Crysis kind of features with the Halo.
But we generally do. We generally do. When you punch something, or if you do melee, it's obviously your strength isn't to play because when you knock anything, or if you duff a grunt, you see their pack blow up and stuff. It's not you just knock them out and they're dead. But if you hit them in their pack, that blows up 100% of the time. But I think what Eli is saying now is, and this is why I'm passing back to him, I think in Halo 5, they must have realized in Halo 5, they did everything at once, and that's too much, right? So now all they really do is they add the hook, right? And even Legal added more to that, is that you upgrade it over time. That as well as your suit with the energy shield and stuff. So maybe they're gonna add the running in combination with that now. What do you think about that, Eli? Is that what you were saying, or
No? Well, all I was saying is that they just can't. They couldn't implement everything they wanted to. Probably technical limitations as well. But what I was initially going over was that like people complain about the game, and they're caught between trying to make the game fresh or keep it the same. Because if they keep it the same and call it Halo 6, like if they would have kept it the same from like Halo 3, everybody that's a quote unquote hardcore Halo fan would still be happy about it. You know what I mean? Whereas they're not attracting new people. That's all I'm saying. Like however, whatever they choose to implement that's new, it can't be too drastic unless they're going to displease the community. Like when you were bringing up flinching, right? All Sea of Thieves did was flinch until they got to where they are right now with a successful game that started up looking like a dud.
To be honest, guys, I as a hardcore Halo fan, Halo Infinite is amazing from campaign to multiplayer to the academy to fighting bots. It's got everything that a hardcore old school OG fan to a brand new fan needs. There's absolutely nothing wrong with what it's offering. It's just we're waiting for content. This one is great. I don't know why some individuals out there take problem to what it has. There's absolutely nothing wrong. Maybe the shop, if they release more content to purchase at a lower price, that'd be great. Give us customized colors so we could customize our own suits with our own colors, our own flags. Everything is good about this game. Even the
There's all kind of things they can add.
See, now I want to jump into it because I'll tell you right now, I have not touched a Halo multiplayer since Halo 3.
Why is that, Tech?
Because I didn't like the abilities. The whole ability turned me off completely.
A lot of people complain about that.
So what about like now that like you have a grappling hook or invisibility that you could?
I played the single player and I finished it and I had a great time with it and I loved it. And it looked good. It played great. I had no bugs whatsoever. What people are complaining about.
Yeah, me neither.
It was fine, but I didn't jump in into multiplayer because of Halo 4 or whatever, which Halo it was that it left a bad taste in my mouth with having all those power, the pounding ground, the shield, the fast, flash move, and whatever else that was there. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like it.
I'm the same as Tech.
And I figured they carried that on to all the new, to the newer Halos, and it's like I can't jump into that. I don't like that. I like the old classic, man. Just give me the grenade, the gun, and run, and that's it.
I'm the same as Tech mostly. Like I beat the single player, right? Loved it, completed it. Great time. If there's more single player content, I'll definitely balls deep. Feel me? No pause. But like I want to see more, no doubt. But multiplayer, I didn't touch because I feel like there's so much, and I haven't really played the multiplayer since 3. Right? I wasn't too interested in 4. Because I spent so much time in the campaign, and after beat that had the Spartan ops, right? And I was playing that legendary. So there's a lot of dying involved in that. A lot of time of just, I ain't going front, man. I have to brute force my way through dying 150 times per mission, bro, just to beat it. I ain't dope like that. I just having fun. You feel me? So I don't really, I generally fell off of multiplayer. Now I look at what they have now, even as much as I'm so knowledgeable about what was in Halo 5 because I was always considering if that would be the Halo to get me back in, and I was able to speak so knowledgeably on it because I did that research. But and I played it even from the betas and stuff and enjoyed it. But yet, I guess I'm just all multiplayered out because I spent a lot. Because I had a history of just doing that with the Runaway Dragons. That's what we did every day.
Yeah,
beating dudes down to the white meat. Maybe I just let all that blood away. I don't know. That could just be me, right? However, as much as I don't get to complete a lot of games, damn sure I've completed this Halo. That's why I say if there's more single player content, I'm with it. So I definitely cannot understand why people are complaining about content right now. There is so much to do, even now at the, you would say, reduced level that it could have been just without the new innovations that we could be provided. I mean, with other new modes we couldn't have done before. I'm just talking about the stuff they had on offer before, modes and things they had on offer before that they didn't have day one, like SWAT. I heard that wasn't there day one.
It wasn't.
Not even week one. Now I know there was a couple of things they added within that first week that they just hadn't turned on. And I don't think SWAT was one of them. Like SWAT came later. Like
it came out like a month later.
Okay, but
later? Like later?
Why?
Later?
It's just a mode where the rules are you got snipers and shotguns.
Headshots only.
And headshots only. Like, what you need a month to do that for? Isn't that just something you toggle and then you save a custom config, you know? Like, I'm talking back end talk here.
Yeah, it's just a flip
that's
of
how
switch.
simple it is. It literally, how is it not? No, honestly, I know you're joking, but maybe I'm asking a dumb question. Everybody actually honestly understands.
Well, you know, coming from
simple?
IT, everybody goes, Gonzalo, you know you could do this really quick.
Right, bro. You know what I'm saying. But honestly, I feel even that, you know, I'm a fellow IT dude, but I still think, despite that, especially
I agree with 100 right here. The Xbox community complain about every damn thing. It's good. Sometimes it's bad sometimes. And that sometimes is not needed. It goes back to what Real is saying. Get in there and enjoy a game.
Yeah.
We knew that the game was going to be broken up into segments. We knew the game was stretched for 10 years. So we got to stop acting like we don't know things.
And we also know we're going to be enjoying it in Game Pass.
Exactly.
So like,
it was
so, but yeah, like, I don't know what, like, I'm not a multiplayer guy like that. Like, I realized, like, back in the day playing Call of Duty, 2K, Madden, that if I keep playing those games, I don't play those 50 million games that I buy on sale. But when I jump back into Halo, man, that multiplayer, that is like the most fun I've had since Destiny 1. Like the shooting is satisfying. Like the little chime when you get a kill, like everything is great.
You know how I know you're telling
when
the
you
truth,
pop
really?
the grunts' heads, if
Here's
you
how
have
I know.
that thing on, they go, yay!
Right. Here's
Well,
how
that's single player.
Truth. Before Halo Infinite multiplayer came out, I had a friend from Canada named Sammy V. He's hitting me up in my DMs. Look, legal. I know you on that Gears, but man, we're gonna get on this Halo. I was like, bro, I ain't did Halo multiplayer in years, man. I'm not, you're gonna come play with me. No excuses. You're gonna come. You're gonna have some fun, man. Come on. You're gonna sit back and chill, right?
Turkey.
So soon as he jive turkeyed me, bro. Soon as December 8th came out, right? Hits me up right after work. We get on it. Boom.
That was
I'm playing with him.
That was
this guy already knows the ins and outs, body armor, what I need to do, put this on, legal. Come on.
Dang, he's getting you dressed.
So I'm having difficulties, Tech. I'm having difficulties, right? It's coming out. The multiplayer is not acting right. The names ain't on the screen. Sam, he's probably sitting back here cracking up right now. He's probably laughing. Don't want y'all to hear. And I'm getting frustrated because I hate it. And then he's like, nah, man, look. We're going to go into big battle mode, legal, because you kind of guy that just wants to shoot everybody. So, because he had me like on, I forgot the name of it, where it's more just like 4-on-4, whatever. But I don't do good like that. I like just give me a whole bunch of Spartans and let me shoot. Let me kill as much as I can, right? So the big battle mode works better for me.
Hey, let me step in for a second. I got to drop off because he wants to go outside and play. But everybody have a great time. I got to go.
Oh, man, do your thing with him.
I'll probably jump on the phone while I'm outside.
Family first, bro. Family first. No doubt, homie.
I got Dad off the show. Look at him. Tech, you got to go do what you got to do, man.
All right, guys.
Got to, man. Peace.
Man. Chat back.
All right, y'all. Take it easy, Tech.
Oops.
Do your thing.
Tech.
Bye.
Look at him. Bye. Oh, man. Tech, the big daddy, man. You know how it is around here. The big daddy got to do what he got to do. But Sammy, you know what I'm talking about, man. We were having issues, and I didn't like it. And we got on the big battle mode, and it got fun because you're just shooting people. They're trying to come your way. You're trying to go their way. And I started liking it. And I'm not going to lie, I got hooked on it with them. And so then one night, JyzalGamingTV hit me up, and he was doing a little sessions, and I got over there with them. And I didn't know that you could customize. I wasn't looking into it like that. So you can customize your own boards and use your own whatever weapons you want to use. And it's getting popular. People love to do that. It's a community that's starving for more. These two boards that they're about to get, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be like a nitrogen bomb. Just let loose. Boom. When that Forge hit, it's over. When Forge hits, it's over. That's when Halo just sits there for like 7 years. And that's all they do. They're going to be on that Forge map, acting a fool, Sammy V. You already know they are. You already know because you're in that community. But that co-op is going to bring back the essence for people like me, Realist and Sick, who wants that solo feel. We want to play with somebody. And, you know, you get both worlds. You get the online and you get the couch co-op. And that's just where Halo needs to be. The only gripe I have about Halo, and then we can move on from this, I was wanting to go off worlds. You know, I wanted to move around in space. I didn't get a chance to do that yet. So that's kind of like where I'm at with it. That's my only disappointment. Other than that, it's a beautiful game. It's fun. That's it. It's just a beautiful game. It's fun. Nothing Halo is doing is it can't be faded, man. Right now, you can Halo shirts are gonna sell. Halo hats are gonna sell. Halo coffee cups are gonna sell. Halo pencils are gonna sell. Halo socks are gonna sell. Underwear is gonna sell. Panties are gonna sell. I don't care what. Halo tires will sell. Halo shoes will sell.
Halo 10.
Right.
Unstoppable, untouchable. You can't do nothing. Halo is
never been faded, unfadable. Unfadable.
It's solidified.
But the campaign is you is the chief, and I don't need no one else.
That's it. The chief and the AI.
That works. That works.
You know what else, 100? What I like, what I would think? I would love an option. I wouldn't even care if I had options, right? But Master Chief, when you're in your campaign, yeah, you got to be Master Chief. Let's just say co-op, right? Online co-op. I would love to have where people can either create their own Spartan look, and if they're joining you, as long as you're the host, you got to be Master Chief. I agree. It just makes sense. You're Master Chief. I don't care. Cry later. But if you're somebody coming in to help, you should be able to be as Spartan. You should be able to be whatever, however you want to look, what kind of Spartan you want to be, and you join in, boom, to help Master Chief. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Halo hate sales also, exactly, man. Halo don't make no money, bro.
You gotta kind of blame them for that too, because they chose to go free to play, and they're light on the battle pass. But if you we're just looking at it, you could tell that they didn't quite know what direction they wanted to go with the battle pass. They were trying to sell it like, oh, the battle pass will last this long, which is, I'm not a big battle pass dude, so to my understanding, it lasts way longer than any other season out there. Also, you can retroactively go back and get battle passes. They don't expire. So there's a whole lot of uncertainty with this. This is something new to them, but they wanted to go free to play, so they need to have some type of satisfying content for those people who invest in those battle passes. Because if they would have left it the way it was, I don't think they would have as many complaints either. I
agree. All right, well, that's some good talks on Halo, man. We love Halo. I love Halo. So, I'm going to play it. I'm going to have fun. It's just, I'm not that enriched and invested into the community that deep. I understand those that are, and they want to complain about the knick-knack, paddywhack stuff, and I get it because I'm the same way when it came to Gears. But we're moving on along now. Double salute to Halo. Joseph Gatt, what the hell is wrong with you, man? Six Slayer, grab a mic. Tell me what the hell is wrong with this dude, bro.
I'm not a psychologist. What am I supposed to tell you, man? I don't understand how these perverts think, man. But yo, even before that, real quick, let's double back in recent history. What the hell ever happened with that Sony crown? Like, if Sony saw fit to fire this dude before their West Coast offices in the U.S. were even open, because we got word out in the East Coast at like 6 a.m. or something that they fired said dude. The VP that got caught by that group, right? Whatever happened with that dude? Why is he not being investigated or in prison? Like, they had him dead to rights with receipts. What's up with that? It's like they're trying to.
You talking about that guy who wanted that little dude to come in his house?
Right. Yes.
They fired him like the next day.
That's what I'm saying. They fired him that morning. The news was out before, because their offices are in the West Coast U.S. now, right? Word was already out 6 a.m. here on the East Coast. So they did that basically on the weekend. After that, we ain't heard no more about it from Sony, the authorities, that group, right? Nobody. Nothing. It's like it's been whitewashed. Now we got this next.
No, I was gonna say you weren't gonna hear anything from media outlets because they claimed that wasn't gaming. But Sony wiped their hands with him, washed their hands
Sony
with him.
did at least what they should have done. I don't knock Sony. You know, these people could be anywhere. You know, what can you do? They did all they could do. They fired this dude immediately. I'm just saying nothing else happened after that point. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like, what the hell? And now we got this next dude. This is just it's a problem, man. And once they gotta go, bro. They got to go.
Here's my thing.
First off, yeah.
Here's my thing, and I hope everybody catches this one. If I promoted a weed smoke shop environment, right? Who am I gonna attract? I hope everybody gets that. I hope I didn't go over nobody's head. Right? So if I'm attracting the environment, this ain't the first time, right, panel?
No, it's not.
This is number 2.
This is ongoing.
Right, Sammy. So what environment is being created to make the weirdos comfortable? That's all I'm saying. You have to be creating an environment that makes them comfortable. Look, the guy was there, right? They caught the first guy he had to relocate where he was and went into a community that was doing that stuff online. Remember, that's how they found them. So my thing is this, Tony. How the hell are you not tracking where your people go, where your personnels go? Unless these people
at that level. Right. People at that level. You can't do it to everybody. That's just weird anyway. But people at that level, I think.
Smitty Smith in the
Smitty Smith, the homie.
Smitty Smith is in the building. Yo, shout out to Smitty Smith, man. You know, he knows I love saying his name, man. It's classic. Shout outs to Smitty Smith on Di-RRec Gaming in the building, man. Don't get no better than Smitty Smith, bro. Yo, you make that environment, right? They go home. They get on their other computers, right? Let's just say, and they get comfortable, right? They get comfortable. Now, how the hell... Look, man, how do you not know? What do you not do? If these kids are finding them, right? These like Six said, these dudes found this guy, they baited him, right? When you're a company that's reprobatable as Sony, right? And you've already caught one prior before, right? And then we get this guy, right? At some point, where do you think that they take this stuff serious? Like, you would think that they'd be like, okay, listen, lockdown, look, we have to probe because we don't want to tolerate this. We got, it's one thing, and this is not good either, but it's one thing when women get harassed, right? Because that's like the normal thing. Sadly, I
was just about to say. That's the normal,
right?
What's normal, or typical, at least. You would
right.
Say.
What's typically normal is when women get harassed, right? And it's numb. Sadly, but true that our culture is numb to that. But women know, and they understand the situations that come along with just being a woman. They get that. Now, that women are packing together, becoming more outspoken. They're no longer keeping this stuff in because, hey, they were intimidated. They would lose their jobs. You don't say nothing. If I hear anything, I'm firing you. And these women didn't have a voice. They didn't have an outlet, right? So if it took women all these years to start standing up and getting courageous and speaking out, right? We owe it to our women to at least say, you know what? We're going to double down on those who go after kids. We're going to double down. Here's Smitty Smith, man. He's shutting the chit chat community down. Shout outs to all of, excuse me. Shout outs to all of us. The best community out here. Xbox family, respect. And we respect you too, Smitty Smith. I appreciate you, bro. I appreciate you, fam. All the love. Nobody doubling down, man. But what's funny, Joseph Gatt, you weirdo, you got arrested on sight. They didn't play around with you. And I had to give Sony respect with that because it's just like what Six Slayer, Eli, Sammy V all agree on. There's just some things that are just hard to find out about people. But when you slip up, we bring in the laws. Here comes the handcuff. And that's the only thing that we can hold our respect accountability for. Sony did the thing instantly. He's locked up. Yo, I hope he goes in and the COs drop the info. And yo, you get sent down there on C block where they got their shirts tied in a knot. They use Kool-Aid for lipstick. They wear the pumps.
Oh my God.
Facts.
Coming in here with it.
You going down to C block.
Coming in hot.
Facts. You coming in hot, bro. C block territory all day long. I don't care. I have no respect for that as a man. None whatsoever. Where my children are just trying to play video games, right? And you got sickos in the industry who prey on little children. It's ridiculous, man. The top people, y'all need to start doing y'all's homework and start cleaning. Y'all need to do some recycling, man, because this is number 2. This is number 2. Coming out of the same donkey camp. So we calling it like we seeing it. And this is where I'm gonna attack the donkey community at, right? I'm merciful though. You know what? Before I attack y'all, I always throw hay bales and lay down carrots. I'm a nice guy. But you guys are not speaking enough about this. And that's some weirdo stuff. Because if it was us, we clowning, bro. Your name is all over the place.
It's like they're playing the game of ignoring it and hoping it goes away, bro.
Yeah, that's
speak
silly
up,
stuff.
speak out. It's like it's the same reason, yo. And honestly, because this is about video games, I guess I'll find an example. Here's an easy example that comes to mind. I feel like PlayStation dudes aren't speaking up about the platform, and I feel that's a big reason for why it is in the state it's in. They're not saying that. They act like everything is great. Every decision that Sony does is good, and when the reports come out that it's not good, they like, oh, it's like cognitive dissonance.
Yeah, we don't need
to speak on it. Hands on their ears, and that's the same thing they're doing with this. This is one of these things. Like, what is wrong with you people? This is not a knock on your platform. We're not saying Sony is wrong for this because it's not their fault, but then they're doing the only thing they can do. Unfortunately, the only option that's to them, but they use it immediately as they should. They're getting these dudes fired. They're immediately terminated. And if there's enough evidence to send, to authorities to have a person arrested like this most recent guy, that happens immediately. So it's not even a knock against Sony, but y'all don't speak up. So it's sus about you. What is wrong with you guys? You don't want to speak up? Like, you're so concerned about your platform and how it's seen that you don't speak up. Well, you're being seen as a place that fosters that, or at least is accepting of that. You do not want that. Speak against this. This is not an L for you that you're trying to defend against. You're making an L by doing nothing.
I got 2 powerful comments that I'm about to read off. One starting with Emmanuel 1, and I am not even going to say I hate to admit it. I love to admit this, and this is true. I don't care what you feel. This is the fruits of your labor, right? That's what I was talking about. A1 just said it beautifully. You made an environment that's comfortable, so now you bear the fruit. This is the fruits of the PlayStation agenda. We saw it. Excuse me, I still got that cough. But we saw it. Look, no one's being dumb here. Don't sit here and try to act like we're stupid because we're gamers, right? A lot of us been gamers since the 80s. We know what it's all about being a gamer. From, oh, you're a weirdo, you're a nerd, you're lazy, all that. That don't work in 2022. We saw it with The Last of Us 2. We saw it with our own eyes with The Last of Us 2. You cannot hide from that, all right? The agenda was set. And y'all did whatever you had to do to silence people's opinions. We're talking opinions. You silenced opinions. You took away people's First Amendment rights. We saw it. I'm not lying about this. Manuel A1 ain't lying when he said that. Dude, they shut down people's YouTube channels. Shut them down. This happened on YouTube. So don't think you just tra-la-la-la-la on YouTube. You get too real and see what happens to your channel on YouTube. We saw it. We saw Sony come in and dictate Metacritic. We saw it. We saw everything, right? We even saw where the stores had to stop taking the refunds. They didn't want to talk about it. They were shutting everything down. So you would just be blind. Now watch this. Boom. The second golden post right here. And Rain G4 isn't lying. It was so messed up, right? And it was so evident that Keeley had to say it. He had to. And I agree with him. Because if the pressure wasn't born in
facts,
he would have said a thing. He would have said a thing.
It's the PlayStation thing to do. Just stay quiet about it. Hope it goes away in people's memory.
The thing about it is, Sick, you had great people on Twitter that didn't have these super duper high-end YouTube channels, right? That didn't let it die. Because me and you talked about it. We said, bro, it's getting to the point. There's too many people on Twitter talking about it now. It's going to become a problem. And then look what happened. It's just like Rain G4 said. That was like in the very beginning of the Game Awards. He had to address it. So don't sit up here and tell me if people didn't put the pressure out that they would have done that. They wouldn't have done that. The reason they spoke against it is because the streets kept the pressure on. We didn't go inside doing their so-called curfew of silence, trying to silence people. You ain't cutting off all those people's accounts on Twitter. No, you ain't going to do that. You might shut a couple off on YouTube, but you're not shutting down those comments when people are just sick and tired of the sicko stuff and they're calling it out. When we should have had every major gaming outlet out there calling it out. So you lost respect. You been lost respect. Some of you gaming outlets been lost respect. It ain't because you're corny today. Like IGN, when they were trying to compare Spartacus to Game Pass and leaving things out. What do you expect from IGN? They're goofy anyway. You don't expect IGN to come out and stay real all the time. Nah, we know their agenda. So they do their fruits, right? We know what they're about. So I just laugh and go on about my business. But this isn't a laughing matter. We're talking about children. We're talking about innocent children. Sickos, weirdos. All right? I don't care what you think. That's sicko, weirdo stuff. And it's not tolerated. I don't care. Forget all this, stuff being toxic, console war stuff. That's in the gaming culture, man. Shut up with all of that. That ain't nothing. That's absolutely nothing. But this is on a whole nother level in our community. And there shouldn't be nobody being silent about it. Nobody. It's been just a day ago. A little over a day ago. Should be nobody being silent about it. You make your voice heard and you demand that little kids stay protected in our community.
Oh, and for those you morons, truly morons who have nothing to say and stay silent, those among you who have kids, I don't even know if I even need to finish this sentence. You probably already know what I'm about to say. Imagine if it was your kid. You'd care then. Think about it like that. Speak up. One day it might be yours. What are you going to say then? It's serious. Like, they just don't ever say anything, just hope it's going to go away. That's unfortunate, bro. It really is. I could only imagine. If something like that was to happen to my kid. Somebody got to die. Like, what the hell?
Here's an example. If you guys haven't heard, this UFC fighter, Cain Velasquez, right? You guys heard of this one, right?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
man, yeah.
Look at what he did when his child got touched by that man, and yet nobody's speaking up about these two like they would the way that they should be speaking up. They're just keeping silent, and that's wrong. It's a big gaming community. A lot of kids are playing. You're supposed to be there and protect your community. Be there and set an example. Yet they're doing the total opposite.
This is why there's so many of these. Well, not so many, but there's twice in a short amount of time, which does not bode well, right? That this is where we found them. That's not good. That means, yo, this sort of behavior is it's a safe environment. This is where they feel they're safe. So this is where they go. Okay, that's a result of you saying nothing. Just saying.
Everything that everybody said was dead on, spot on, so true, man.
Yeah.
You know, when there's an injustice going on, your silence, you are part of the problem. You become part of the problem. That's not the time to be quiet. Look, pedophiling, that's not a console war. It's not a console war. Could care less what you think about your console. Could care less. Look, there's some things you got to get in y'all's minds and get it over with. First thing, PlayStation 5 is going to have a hard time competing with the Series S and X. One, it's poorly designed. It doesn't go with anything in your house unless you are from the Jetsons. Okay.
That's a first world problem to have.
Facts. Two, it's poorly engineered. Your console is outdated. Imagine trying to brag about having a rig that somebody built for you in a 2014 setting, and you're running to people in 2022 that bought a brand new 2022 rig, and you're trying to compare what you have inside your rig to theirs. It's the PlayStation 5 today. It's poorly engineered. Okay, this is why you don't hear about any of the overheating and the CPU melting and all this other stuff that's going on with it, because they're all in the shop trying to get fixed, right?
Shout out to the Hovis method.
Facts. Third thing, y'all wanted to deny heavily about what I was trying to let everybody know in April of 2020. Beware. And if you don't want to be square, stick around when that PlayStation 5 drops in your town. Let me know how it turns on. My prediction came true. Disaster. Oh, and what did y'all say? Oh, legal. It's normal. You're trying to make something out of nothing. All consoles have day one issues. And I just easily said this. Not like that. So you're telling me that you're going to totally ignore the red ring of death issue, right? You didn't have a problem accepting that was no day one issue, right? When that thing started falling apart, y'all accepted it as a disaster. But y'all didn't want to accept the news that Bloomberg came out. A lot of y'all just thought Bloomberg was just full of crap. Y'all didn't really understand who Bloomberg was. Bloomberg isn't Kotaku. Bloomberg isn't IGN. Bloomberg isn't GameSpot. Bloomberg isn't Polygon and Windows Central.
A reputable news outlet.
Facts. When you touch Bloomberg, you only get like 3 touches on Bloomberg, but they say subscribe, and you don't get to read no more news until you do that for a while. That's Bloomberg for you. You can touch IGN all day. Read those corny news articles all day. All right? That's the difference. So when Bloomberg reported it, because they was over there, and they was like, we're doing our investigation, and we think that Sony has a big problem. Now, this is before the pandemic went nuts. So you can't even blame it on that. And we have the proof. It's all there. Because you can find quicker that You go right online and find quicker, right, y'all, that Sony denies these allegations. You can find that quicker than you can find my article. I just know how to find it because I knew one day they were going to make it hard to find. Now I snapped it and I can use it anytime I want to. I can use the header anytime I want to. But there was a time when you could just go on the internet and just click it and it came up. They don't do that no more. There's like 3 clicks you got to do to get to it. I just know because I just followed my trail because I'm the one that called it out. Right? Y'all still wanted to deny it after Miles Morales came out and he was a trash can flying around. I said, all right, that's cool. So now you got a funky console and you got a funky game. And the game didn't get an update until the following next year, y'all. Can't make this up. Can't make this up. They tried their best, right, to put the word next gen, PlayStation 5 and next gen in the same sentence of Xbox Series S and X. The first thing I did after I laughed and I said, why are they putting that console in the same sentence where the words next generation comes in at? As if we don't understand what the real terminology for next generation means this go around. It doesn't just mean a brand new console. You YouTubers, you faking YouTubers out here that do anything for the likes, right? And the views. Y'all went out there and bought those OLED TVs. Oh, look at my PlayStation 5 on my OLED TV. Now the deaf, dumb, and blind was like, oh, look at that PlayStation. Best looking games ever. You know how the deaf, dumb, and blind do. But what they didn't want to tell you is that PlayStation 5 is doing Nathan. Absolutely Nathan for that OLED TV. And that OLED TV cannot send an ambulance for help for that damn PlayStation 5. That PlayStation 5 can't do 1440p. That PlayStation 5 has no VRR support. You know, like the real reasons why OLED TVs were meant for gaming capabilities has none of that, right? No Dolby Atmos.
Yo, let me jump in on this one. Homie, because you know I got
Go ahead. I got
that C10. All right, I'm not trying to brag on it, but I got that C10, so I could point from I can speak from a point of experience. I'm not. I hate people.
Stop flexing, Six Slayer.
Just saying, from a point of knowledge, because I got it, I could tell you, right?
And then wrong with TCL.
I had a TCL before this, right? And yo, I am one of them dudes. I hate this anti-TCL thing that certain people started and think it's a joke. No.
Oh yeah, facts. That's because they're ignorant, bro. But don't even speak on it. Go ahead.
You buy what has the features, and that's why I have the C10. It's other than DTS and the fact that it can't even pass through DTS, which is like, I want to strangle somebody at LG. Somebody at LG needs to die or something over this, for real. But other than that, the C10 does everything. That's why I bought it, right? It's like the forever TV in terms of feature set. There's nothing out there right now this TV cannot do in terms of features. Got all the VRs, all those things, right? And Xbox flexes that muscle in every single way. When it comes to the HDR, when it comes to the Dolby Atmos audio, I had 2 monitor speakers, like the $100 ones you can see on Amazon. If you ever watch My Life in Gaming, one of those 2 guys has those speakers. It's a common pair of speakers. You might have seen them in black with the green circles or black with the white circle. You look on them up on Amazon. I used to have these, right? Monitor speakers. They come with the little foam pads. You put the speakers on so it doesn't have no vibration. So there's like excellent sound. I compared that to the built-in speakers of the TV that sound great. The Atmos actually matters. The Xbox flexes that. You can hear a bit of 3D sound in your room. It'd be bouncing off of the TV. The TV has speakers that point up in the air too. And it's actually, the Xbox does that. And I hear and see the difference in games. I've had a PS5 plugged into this TV. It instantly looked just like PS4. It didn't flex none of those muscles. That VR, I'm seeing tearing. I hadn't seen tearing in so long, I forgot what it was like. Because on the Xbox, I got that variable refresh rate, that VRR, that FreeSync. It works. And when the frame rate isn't exactly 60 or 120 or in it's some minor little dip for like that 1 split second. I don't see that crazy line in the screen. It's smooth the whole time and I don't even notice it. You don't even notice how important it is until you don't have it. And as soon as I plug the PlayStation in, I felt like I didn't have it. It's like not having electricity. You know, in recent years, you know, people have gone through storms and stuff. And if you didn't know what it was like not to have power for even a couple of hours, you found out in recent years. I'm pretty sure for most people, at least here in North America, right? So it's the same thing when I plug in a PS5 into this TV. It's like my TV, not even, it makes my TV look bad. It makes the games look worse than they probably would look because it can't do anything modern that's up to date. If that's the PS5's fault, it's incapable of doing it. I can't, but the one thing I didn't even understand is like the variable refresh. They still can't get that. That's not even a fault of that level of hardware. Because when that came around to AMD chips was like 2 generations before that. Why they can't do it makes no sense. What the hell did Sony do? And made the chip, even though the chips are behind what the Xbox is capable of, it's like they made it worse. It does less than it's capable of. I don't understand. For real, I'm not trying to cap or nothing. That doesn't make sense to me.
It's silly. It's stupid.
It don't make sense to me. What the hell did Sony do? And they like this is going to be a continuing problem all generation until they come out with the PlayStation Slim or whatever, or at least a minimum the first real revision. You know, the internal revision where they actually change stuff at a big enough level where everybody knows that this is the new model PS5, right? That they do enough changes, then maybe they can fix some of those finally. But for every PlayStation out there right now, they don't have none of that. It wasn't ready, bro. It wasn't ready.
Pineapples.
Right. Now, 6.
It wasn't ready.
It wasn't ready. Now, after all the smoke clears, right? And people stop talking about it. You don't hear it no more. You don't hear it. All right? You don't even hear them talking about next gen. You don't even see PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X in the same sentence anymore with the words next generation. You don't even see that no more. Once that smoke cleared and the truth prevailed, now we got another problem. After all the denies, after all the lies, and after all the flies, right? Now PlayStation 4 is king. It's king for the PlayStation community. I remember when the PlayStation 5 community got mad at the PlayStation 4 community for not upgrading. It was like a civil war moment, right? It was like, and I mean civil war like Marvel.
Word. Yeah, now it was like a little internal debate between
it was an internal
because
the haves and have-nots.
Generation.
They try to floss on each other.
Yeah, you remember what they were saying? Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves for not wanting to upgrade and play these games. You see how the smoke cleared today? See how the smoke cleared today? What do they need to upgrade for? When the PlayStation 4 Pro runs better than the PlayStation 5. What they need to upgrade for, right?
That's what they say about Elden Ring.
Exactly right. Now watch this. What are they doing today or not too long ago with a supposed to be new generational game that came out not too long ago, right? Where they're ashamed to even say it sells, right? Because a game like Elden Ring came out. And we ain't even going to talk about Gran Turismo 7 because that just went to heaven. It was a stillborn game, right?
Yo, it smashed in the wall on the first turn, man.
It smashed facts. It smashed
like
in the wall
like a crash dummy.
And it's gone. So all that noise went out, and you heard people, to me, man, this is the best racer game. It's this and that. You know, listen, man. There's a reason why people don't eat charcoal. You dump charcoal down and then you light it up and then you cook your food from the heat of the charcoal. You don't eat charcoal, all right? There's a reason why people don't eat charcoal. So we was just giving people charcoal. All of y'all that was talking all that nonsense, you was just giving people charcoal on a nice platter. That's it. Now, you didn't believe what you were saying and nobody else believed what you were saying. The truth of that game has already came out. Nothing you can say. That's a wrap. Now, you got Aloy out here, like I said. And nobody else is Wilma from the Flintstones, reincarnated. She's running around with a bow and arrow.
Cold-blooded.
She's doing all these death-defying feats with not a scratch on her face, right? and you can't get numbers. Ebonics, I agree. Xbox, xCloud gaming is for everything, not just both gens. It's for my phone. It's for my. I got xCloud on my monitor right now, bro. It's for everything. It ain't just for consoles. It's for any device that uses it. Oh, you good, Fireboss. You good.
xCloud, to be honest, it has blown my expectations away. Number one, it has prevented me to go buy an extra external hard drive or one with the velocity. It's saved me so much money. I've got my key games installed on the Series X, and whichever game I want to go and dip in, xCloud is right there. Like you said, Legal, on your phone, computer screens, working from home.
Home was the big one too. People forget that one.
We're gonna talk about it. Nah, look, y'all, real quick. Shout out to my man Ebonics in the building. We haven't seen you in our neighborhood. We welcome you in the neighborhood, brother. Di-RRec Gaming. You are in the presence of the League of the Extraordinaires, bro. Pull you up a seat. We out here barbecuing tonight. It's all good, man. Get your plate. Get your cup. Get your red cup. You know how it is, man. Get your little red plastic cup. You know how we do out here. And have yourself a good time. PS had no choice but to jump into the cloud. Had no choice. All right? But check this out. They say that when you're doing good, you reap good. Nobody knew about this pandemic coming out, right? Nobody knew.
Yeah.
But notice how Game Pass was created in 2016. Game Pass Ultimate was created in 2017. And what was the point for Game Pass? To lighten the load, right, of our community, to not allow gaming to be a burden, because gaming should never be a burden, right? And let's give gamers more games to try out with the aspirations of growing our community from the devs out to the gamers. We're not going to just take care of the gamers, but we're going to take care of the developers, right? Because as much as people don't want to believe, we're in a transitional period.
Shout out to Steve Ballmer. Developers, nonstop, baby.
Understand that we're in a transitional period where new developers have to come out, because the ones that we're used to, they're getting old. They're ready to retire, man. Look, when they did that, I don't believe that they saw this coming. But because they did it in goodness, keyword goodness, they reaped from it. Because I remember my son, he was in the third grade. And I remember when Game Pass came out. He was in the third grade. My oldest son, he was in the third grade at the time. He's in the fifth right now. He went to school, right? And then this is third grade stuff. So it goes back to what me, Realist, Fireboss, and not Tech, but Sick, we talked about this. Talking about when we were young and we would go to the schoolyard and we would talk gaming. Check this out. This happened in the third grade. Son goes to school. He comes back home. I go up there to walk him back to the house because we live by the school. And all he could talk about with a big smile on his face was, some of my friends that have PlayStations, they don't want it no more. They want Xbox because of Game Pass, Dad. And you know what he told me? He says because their parents found out that they can buy all these games for $9.99. When they found out that they can have these games for $9.99, they took those they said he took those PlayStations to GameStop and traded them in. My son was in the third grade. Third grade. Game Pass was not just, and it's funny because look, the family plan is coming back this year, which is going to make it extra worse for all you haters.
They're using the nuclear option already?
Facts. When the family plan comes out,
supposed to be this fall.
Right.
They didn't need to do this,
boss in
bro.
the building.
Right. Fire boss in the building.
Here I come to ruin the day.
Oh no, you
From
ain't yet.
South Kakalaka, Fire boss is in the building.
I'm here to mess it up.
He was out there chucking corn, shelling peas, and you know, he was down in the creek.
Raise up off of Carolina, man.
Yo, I just realized something. Oh, snap.
Suplexing hogs, choking out
the
chickens.
He was out there getting the cotton. He was getting. I told him, man, you got to stop and get on the show. He was like, legal. I got these hens. I'm about to kill. I got to put these chickens on the grill. I said, well, go on and do your thing and come on back. So he's here tonight, man. We good to have him. Now notice how all the goodness was happening, right, in that pot. All the goodness.
Yeah, real quick. I want to say real quick, yo, the family plan. That really is a nuclear option. And I want to say real quick, yo, and Dark 1985, yo, shout out to him. He brought up, a conversation I feel that's being had. It's not a concern, but it's a conversation, ongoing about when they're going to increase the price of Game Pass, right? Like, we all know it's going to happen one day. Not anytime soon. We know that. But the reason I call this the nuclear option and they went there, that only is not anytime soon. I don't think they're worried about that at all. Because if they're really worried about, because if they were, they wouldn't be doing no family plan, bro. This is not a problem for them. They don't care, bro. Right. So all the fear mongering, that needs to go in the bushes, bro.
I'm gonna get to you so good, Six Slayer. Watch this. Because you gotta milk this. You can't just look realist knows. You can't just can't just say this in one sentence, man. You gotta explain it like my man Fireball. They don't listen. Legal, they don't listen exactly. But when have
don't want to listen because they don't want to accept the truth.
Look, real quick, I'm gonna get off the subject. Fireball's been talking about this revolution that was gonna come out of Japan since last year. Y'all didn't want to listen to him.
I listened to him.
Yep, look what's happening. All on Twitter from Japan. Who do you see? Who do you see today on Twitter?
Fireball retweeting his Japanese friends.
Yep. Fireball's got these Japanese friends that know somebody, that know somebody, that know somebody. They all on Twitter now. All you hear them talk about is how great the Xbox is delivering in Japan.
And you also hear them talking about how they see a lot of people don't realize. Sorry to derail you real quick, but a lot of people seem to understand the Japanese. Well, I'll put it to you like this: the actual gamers, not the casuals, the actual gamers over there. They've been noticing what Sony's been pulling, and they ain't been liking it. So they've already been pulling stakes and moving
real
over.
Quick, Fireballs, and I'm gonna get off of that. They didn't want to believe what you had to say, okay? So back to what I was saying, because now it's beautiful. We don't want to talk about it. Sit back with your popcorn, Fireballs. Put your trophy out there and just eat slow. And watch how this Series X performs in Japan. Mark my words, bro. We are going to see it beat the Xbox 360 in its lifetime. It's going to beat it.
They say console gaming over there is dead, but I think it's coming back.
Right, mark my words. Now, because of the goodness of Game Pass, right? Louis Frag in the building, fam. Louis Frag in the building. Yo, real quick, Louis Frag's profile is a rap cover album, yo. Give my man Louis Frag his flowers right now. Right now. When that album comes out,
Louis
Frag, just send me a holler. I'll buy it from you right out the back of the trunk, fam. I got you. G-Man 2015 in the building. Sup, y'all? Yeah. Whoever is hanging on the green can kiss our Master Chief. Well, you still, boy. Shout out to Ebonics again. Facts, the energy is there. Exactly, bro. Now, because of the goodness, right? Years go by. Pandemic hits. Bam. People don't want to spend their money. People don't want to spend their money. Can't get toilet paper. Can't get plastic bags. Can't get your essentials, right? Can't even get food. I was in Nebraska working on turbines. Me and my boy Nick, right? Killer Nick from PUBG and Call of Duty. Y'all don't want none of him. None of him. I've seen him in action. You want no parts of my man. None of him, right? We sitting up in here going to Walmart. We can't get nothing out of Walmart. People holding their money back. But guess what? Gaming prevailed. It went nuts on one platform, and it was called Xbox. You know why? Because for $10, you kept it gaming. $10. All the first-party games, $9.99. There was no, in the pandemic, if you was an Xbox fan, you've been going through the pandemic with no stress at all. Hey, bro, you can go out in the street under the bypass and get $9.99 begging. Hey, you can have an honest sign. I'm
legal not to cut you off, but pass me the rock when you're ready.
Give me $10 for Game Pass. You will get $10 that day. You're going back to the house with your Game Pass back on, and you told the truth. You didn't even have to lie about it. I'm poor and I don't have nowhere to live. Nah, your sign says I'm an Xbox gamer and I just need $9.99 for Game Pass. You got that. The streets will give you that because that's how beautiful this damn service is, right? And when the pandemic hit, Game Pass grew. Six Slayer, Sammy V, Fireballs, The Realest One, Chit Chat. The damn service grew astronomically during a damn disastrous pandemic.
And it makes sense, don't it? It makes sense, don't it?
Put some respect on its name.
Yo, real quick. It just goes to show, and this kills another one of these pony narratives about buying games, right? You know the real reason why this developer is thanking us? Full on camera, bowing with the real true, bend the knee, respect, thank you, gratitude for playing my game. You know why that is so significant? Here's the behind the scenes. This has already been established. Game Pass isn't such that the publisher and Microsoft, like it's a one thing deal. They give them certain amount of money and everybody gets to eat off their plate for that one price, like it's a buffet in terms of what the publisher got to deal with. From game to game, it's a different situation. Some games might be like that. If you're a little indie, you want that lump sum because you struggling. You know what I'm saying? You a struggle developer. So this is your lifeblood. This is your art. This is something you worked hard for to even have this one indie game. So you want that lump sum, and that's what you get from Microsoft. But if you're one of these bigger developers, you put your game out there retail like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. I guarantee you already know where I'm going with this now. When I mentioned that game, right? Because similar thing happened there, right? So now folks is like, you know what it is? Because with some other games, the deal is the more people play, the more money they get. So 2 million people playing it on Game Pass or whatever, that means they're making money off of a game they weren't traditionally going to make money off of retail and selling it digitally.
Real quick, Six Slayer. Square Enix, Guardians of the Galaxy.
The Galaxy, exactly.
Got 12, 13 million from Microsoft, just off top.
Yep, off top. And per game, they're seeing this is why they mentioned it publicly, that they see new life, new success in that game. It's not just that lump sum they got from Microsoft. It was probably a deal that was both. They got a lump sum and they got per play, right? They getting a piece of that bread. It's not all going to Microsoft now with all these subs that they getting, right? And all this fat cash.
Because Microsoft don't need no bag. Microsoft is the bag.
Exactly.
Big bank takes little bank. So
it's giving a second chance to good games that deserve
out
that.
Here in the world. Who's Microsoft? Microsoft Santa Claus.
Yep.
That's who Microsoft is. And you know what? It's Christmas every day. They're coming around these developers because all the developers want is the bag. They want to be able to take care of their families. They don't care that, my game is on Xbox, my game is on PlayStation, Nintendo. They don't care. Oh, Square Enix and Sony, they're brothers and sisters. Square Enix would never betray Sony. They took that 12, 13 million from Microsoft, didn't they?
You seem to
They
forget where
took
Square
that
Enix came from and who they
13
used to be
million
in
from
bed with.
Microsoft, didn't they?
They left Nintendo with a quickness. When
Facts.
time came in the 90s.
Facts.
You think they loyal to Sony? They weren't loyal to Nintendo.
They loyal to the bag.
Exactly. It's
And that's the responsibility of every business.
Exactly. There's a legal responsibility. They have to do it, or there's criminal. That it's a problem. It's not.
Six Layer. Watch this. It was not that long ago where the report came out that Guardians of the Galaxy did okay to their standard. We was like, what? Did okay?
They were disappointed.
Facts. We were disappointed in the numbers because it had went all over platform, but it did. Look, the numbers were great, but to them, it was not that great.
The expectations are too high.
Right. The expectations were a little lower from their target. It ain't today. 12, 13 million changes your whole aspect in life.
Yep.
You know what?
You think so?
But it's not just that. No, it's not just that. It's also because they're getting both ends.
Fact.
The deal is probably a lump sum plus the plays per play, so they're making money and they're seeing results off of that. And that's what happened to Scarlet Nexus. That's what happened to Scarlet Nexus. It would have been a niche game otherwise.
Right. Is Square Enix some little bitty indie developer or second tier?
That's why they got a lump sum up front.
Who is Square Enix? A small developing team that does AA and indie games. Fireball, Sammy, let me know.
I would consider that game that looks like a Super Nintendo game. I tried to play it when I was trying to get into JRPGs. What's the name of that game? You guys, it looks like nah, it was in Game Pass. It had skipped Xbox for a while. It was I think PlayStation 2 was only on the Switch.
What are you talking about? Try My Little Tricycle?
That was you think about Octopath Traveler.
Octopath Traveler.
Yeah.
Like I would consider that like a AA game. It's not but I understand where you're going with it. But I had something to add on to y'all's whole Game Pass conversation when you finish.
No, take the mic. I'm good. I'm done.
Take the mic, fam. Grab it.
No, because see, like you said.
Anyway, you're a bully anyway.
No, like you said, Game Pass. LeBron James at home. But look, like you said, they are the bag, and a lot of people they don't understand that, right? $15 is not going to change Microsoft's situation. $15 million times about 200 million will move the needle. People are not invested in Microsoft for Xbox yet, but Microsoft seeks to change that right now. So when you bring in Game Pass and you charge it $9, like you got all these Xbox fans, they need to get rid of gold. They're never going to get rid of gold. The reason why we're not in, I guess, jeopardy for a price increase is because gold is the automatic price increase for Game Pass. That way you have the Xbox. They're giving you more value for your $5, right? When you upgrade to Game Pass with gold, technically. So that's never going to go away. They're not going to increase the price. The reason why is because they need to get their subscriber count up. The subscriber count needs to be substantially more than about 30 that it is right now. So they're not going to increase it anytime soon. Netflix does it now because they can. They can afford to piss a few people off, right? Because like now I think I'm paying $20. When I started, it was like $9, and then they only gave me 2 screens. So I kept upgrading. Once people understand the value that they get from Game Pass, that's going to be a non-factor because I probably burn about $40 a month just on sale games just because they're a good deal, and I'm probably not going to get around to them this year. So when you add the family plan, they're not looking to necessarily make money right now.
And that's what proves it.
They would love
Jerome
to.
in the house.
Jerome in the house. They would love
Shout out
to.
to Jeremy Merchant all the way from Australia on the back of that kangaroo, chilling with you better watch him. He's got a killer koala bear with eucalyptic leaves that know how to throw them like darts. My man Jeremy Merchant in the building all the way from Australia, man. Shout out to you. Happy Easter, bro.
You said crikey. But they look, Game Pass is I have something that I had wrote a long time ago. I was going to do a video. Like, what is Game Pass? Game Pass is basically Microsoft paying these companies to market their games for them through us, right? Everybody who's playing that game for free, they're excited. It's not free, but you understand. Like, everybody who's playing that game at no additional cost, I just completed it. Like, literally, I just completed it, right?
Hold on, fam.
What?
We got Norway in the building. Paul Trax from Norway. Yo, Di-RRec Gaming going global, yo. Bro, we got Norway in the building and we got Australia in the building. The only person we don't have is Red Dead Panda from New Zealand, for goodness sake. I mean, we're all over the place right now. Yo, shouts to the whole world, man. Yo, we're living in some rough times all around the world. Shouts to you. We love you. Y'all be safe out there. Thanks for coming in, taking time out of your personal lives to come out here and rock with us on the X League podcast presented by DIRREC Gaming, because you could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all decided to come out here tonight and chill with us. And for that, we are eternally thankful. We could not have a better group and a better chit-chat community that I can speak highly of. Let's go. Norway in the building. Cheers from Australia. Okay, my man Realist, back to you.
After that, I forgot. Go ahead.
Wow, how do you follow that up, huh? How do you follow that up?
Get it in, Five Boss. Get it in, Sammy V. My bad, Realist. But no, Realist. Seriously, man. Everything you said makes sense. And you know, when you think about the bag, these developers now are, look. You remember the show that Sarah Bond and Phil Spencer had, what was it, the GDC, it was GDC conference show that they had, and they talked about how even right now, this is what got me. Even right now, they get calls from devs that may not have a game that's going to hit Game Pass, right? And they ask Phil said, they asked me, hey, do you think my game will do okay because it's not going to hit Game Pass? And watch what Phil said. Yeah, it's going to do okay. Why do you think he said that? Goes back to what Sixlair said. Yo, bring your game on over here. You know what? You up and coming. We see you. Here's $750,000. Take it. Let's see how well your game does. If your game hits a certain amount of numbers and we see that people are trying it out, they want to try it out, we'll throw it in Game Pass. So don't worry. We got you for an up-and-coming developer. You don't think Fireboss would take $750,000 in his hand? Fireboss, you developed games before. If I came up to you and said, Fireboss, listen, man, your game ain't even out yet. You just finished it. Nobody knows nothing about it. Here's $750,000. Can I take it and just and experiment with it? And if I see that people are interested in the game, I got this service that I'll put it on. And guess what? Every time that they play that game, you get paid. Every time they download it, I get paid. Guess what Fireboss gonna say? Nothing.
Sign me up.
He's already walking away with that $750,000, and he just walked away from me. He ain't said nothing.
Hook me up, Johnny.
Facts.
They need to, I believe every single game moving on forward that will be coming out, new, exclusive, multi, cross-gen, throw it on Game Pass. Raise Game Pass $5 more, and they'll make their money off that little microtransactions that they do, the little shops.
Exactly.
Just throw it on Game Pass.
Sammy V.
$30 a month.
Look,
I don't care.
Sammy V. What just happened? But real quick, watch this. Smitty Smith dropping bombs. Game Pass is more than a service. It's the Discovery Channel, for good sakes, for new games. And that's what the donkeys do not understand.
Right there.
Sammy V, Six Slayer, Realest One, Fireboss. What just came to Game Pass? What game just came to Game Pass?
MLB.
Plenty of games that just came to Game
I need
Pass.
names. If the chit chat can read my mind, put the name down. You got
True Colors.
Nope. Come on.
True Colors. True Colors is in there too.
Life is Strange.
No.
I just said MLB the show.
No.
F21.
No.
Then tell us.
Yo, this is a trick question. When listing mad games, that's
what
the
game
point.
in Game Pass? What game is about? If it hasn't, it's about to. I'm sorry. Let me do that one. If it hasn't, it's about to.
Persona?
No. No.
Hey,
No MLB. No.
Hellblade Central 2.
No. When y'all darn it. Look. Bam!
Bug Snacks, you bastard!
Oh,
Yo,
The only game that makes ultimate sense, right?
that's the ultimate.
Snacks.
That's the
Games
ultimate
like
twisting of
that?
the knife, bro. You kidding me? Jesus Christ!
Right.
I thought MLB was bad.
Bug Snacks.
Sony gave Bug Snacks away too,
Game
though.
Pass.
Like they gave it away in the Plus service.
Yeah.
But that game, but see, look, when you people get Game Pass to actually play games, right?
Right.
The Plus service, the Gold service, if they come out with a good game, that's great. It's a bonus. But they're not necessarily getting that to play the new games. They're getting that to play the games to be able to play online. People in Game Pass, they want to play games, which is why people are playing more games. If you remember the Odd World people complaining about how that deal didn't work out for them, putting that game directly into their service. They had a lot of downloads, but who played the game? You had a lot of complaints, right? Game Pass people are actually downloading these games and playing these games. That's the difference. And I think Bug Snacks is going to see new life over here.
Yeah,
It's going
because
to see
there's more kids, there's more families and kids that have access to Game Pass.
Kids are gonna be eating those strawberries, right? They're gonna run around eating.
It's like Viva Pinata. I always said it was like that. So when it comes to Xbox, yeah, it's gonna have that effect. It's gonna be the new Viva Pinata.
Yes, sir.
And just like Boss said, it's the demographics we have here with the kids, and because of Game Pass, also attractive to that demographic. We have that here. So big potential there.
And it goes back to what the chit chat, one member of the chit chat community said tonight. Sony was forced to do Spartacus. They had no other option. No other option.
Facts.
Now, see, I've been sitting back, chilling, letting it all come forth, right? Now, when I say Sony has to follow the lead, this is follow the leader. This is a game we used to play in elementary, first grade. Follow the leader. Now you see who's who. You've always, if you know what I used to say, Xbox in its worst day, is more influential than Sony in its best day. Know why? Because Sony's only going to move when the technology is done advancing. That's when Sony moves. Right now, technology is advancing. You know what Sony's going to do? Sit still, take notes, and wait for it to stop.
Well, that's not what they do, though, right? Unless it's audio codec, they're going to allow they do it where it's selected for them. Microsoft has no problem with partnering where they're weak. Like Sony, Sony, they need other people to adopt their things, like Tempest and things like that, 3D audio, so that they can make money there. Microsoft is not trying to make money there, so they'll take somebody else's solution that they deem is the best option. Sony is not the software company. That's why they always wait for Microsoft to make a move.
They're not technological. They're just electronical.
That's the power of software. It leverages just the raw muscle of these machines to do things.
Say that again, Six Slayer.
They're able to leverage the raw muscle of these machines to do things that were never intended. Excellent example, Netflix. They tried with the hardware route, like Sony do with the HD DVD drive. Now, I was always pro Blu-ray. I was always hoping for a situation where Blu-ray as the technology won, but I didn't believe in what the PlayStation was doing now. I didn't want that to go forward, so I was rooting against the PS3. I don't think I've ever verbally said that, but I always did. I had that bias against what I felt that hardware was about. It was more of a philosophical thing than the system as a whole. I owned one. You know what I'm saying? But what Xbox did, and perfect example of that is Netflix. Was Xbox ever intended to sell video on? Yeah, they had that whole store. They still do, and they sell content, right? But Netflix started on the Xbox. It was Xbox exclusive for a little while. Let's not forget. Xbox revolutionized how we can consume movies. And remember that little feature they used to have where you and your friends and your little avatars could sit there in the little
virtual little
together.
One versus
that,
one.
that was your that was your metaverse taste right there.
Right there.
You're right. 360 was the one that exposed Netflix and turned it worldwide right there.
Yeah. So Microsoft already saw what it did. It revolutionized the whole movie industry. As super successful as The Batman is, this Monday comes to HBO Max. Right? And you know, they already know the trickle-down effect it'll have because these hackers already know how to download that. So you know it'll be on it's gonna be on all the Fire Stick gimmicks. Everybody gonna have access to that movie. And they still gonna make money off of that movie. Still, it's all part of their plan. They already, already see how the piracy angle can work to their advantage if they're marketing what they're doing right? So even though they fight against it, of course, they legally got to. Otherwise, you gotta copyright law is such that you have to be actively trying to defend your copyright. It's like you use it or lose it after a set number of years. So of course they're gonna put those efforts into the fighting piracy, but piracy also helps them. And despite what they may say publicly, it's also part of their design. All these companies do it, but once again, Microsoft leveraged software to do things, and they've already seen the revolution. What up, Dragonheart? Yobi, legend in the building. What up, brother? Always appreciate you, man. This facts, but back to what I was saying, that they saw what that did to the movie industry, and we consume movies in a whole different way. People see the movie theater in a different light now, right? And that whole impact. So this is what they're doing to games. And we all see the obvious nature of it, where they're gonna go next, the moves they're gonna make in the future. We already see, and it's pretty freaking obvious. This is why they're going after all these developers. They're getting everything on there, and we see now. We have the proof. We just explained it to you. We see why they're not even worried about the cost. They're not going to jack it up on us. Will that happen one day in the future? Obviously. But for now, even when they do, how much money are you saving so much that that's not even going to be an issue? You're not going to care anyway.
The value is going to be there no matter what.
The value is there now.
You can't. You can't.
Point, oh my God! Yeah.
You can't beat that with a Louisville Slugger. You just can't.
Hell no. So.
You can try, but it'll Jackie Chan it out your hand and beat you across the knees with it.
And that's just the success of the platform angle. Wait till they do the next big thing. Sammy V was talking about that cloud, bro.
That X Cloud is just on another.
Bro, the potential of things they could do.
You're right. I'm gonna tell you what got me, y'all. The day I saw the cloud save on the damn Xbox Series.
Oh, and how that
I went to go play. What was it, Serious Sam? I was with Sonic Echo X. I said, dude, I'm playing it on the X Cloud. Let's record it and just beat the game. We didn't realize how long it was. I mean, damn, it took forever, but we beat it. And what you see on my channel is the xCloud version. That's how smooth it was running. It's ridiculous. And guess what? Guess what, y'all? When I was done playing it, I didn't have to delete nothing, erase anything. Just, I'm done playing it. But guess what? When I was playing it, when I go somewhere else and come back and start over, it would leave off right where I left off at. I mean, it would start right where I left off at. Dog, this is a whole other level of gaming over here.
And that cloud saves. I'm gonna give an example. It's gonna go right back to Xbox because it's the same thing. On the Steam Deck, it's that same thing, bro. Like, I bought a lot of indie games. Like, legal. R-Type Final, right? 2. I got that on PC and on Xbox. And indie games like that, I'm so big on that. And I bought those for years on PC long before we started having them on console, right? I have a legion of them, most of which I never even played, especially in recent years, because I'll buy these games on PC and then they end up on Game Pass, and that's the version I play and beat, and never actually touch the version I actually paid cash money for, right, on PC. Now I had the Steam Deck, so if you look at my Steam account, it's public for y'all to see what games I'm playing. A lot of them games, it says playing for the first time. I'm playing them for the first time because I got that Steam Deck. And I've noticed that cloud saves function, because on Steam Deck, or just Steam in general, it has this little thing that lets you know that it did the save, right? That it uploaded the save, and you see the progress. In Xbox, you don't get that notification. It's just invisible, but it's happening all the time. So it's like I said earlier about electricity. You don't realize how important and pervasive is to every aspect of your life until that little bit when you don't have it and you realize everything in your life depends on you having electricity, and all of a sudden you don't have that for a little bit and you feel like you're a caveman for that little bit, right? When your power go out. And it's just like that on Xbox. The cloud save is there. It's so pervasive and important in your life. You can't even realize how important it is that you have it.
So you're trying to say, Sick, you're trying to say that the other camp is a bunch of savages? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yo, it's going to be that. I didn't even intend to say that, but that's another perspective that is factual. That's that
naive.
That's that first world thing, yo. How do you not have clouds? You can't live without it, right? But on Steam, it's always active because you see that, like I said, that little iconography that lets you know what happened, right? And it's been synced, and if your eye is quick enough to catch it, you'll see when it happens. That split second when it does the little meter go bloop and it's done, right? Because that quick, right? And so many of these games that I finally played for that first time, because I usually more recently, because it's on Game Pass, I'm just playing that version instead, right? That I, because I have the Steam Deck, I've had opportunity, I'm testing out my Steam Deck, doing stuff, getting knowledge for videos that are coming, by the way. Quick plug, right? But that when I go back to the PC, those saves are right there. In games that I did play in the past, right? I load them up on the Steam Deck, and I'm right where I was before. And I hadn't played the game in such a long time that I forgot what I had to do. And, it took that little moment. I'm sure every gamer has had that moment where you play some game you ain't played in a long time. You finally got back to it and forgot what you got to do in that moment. It took you a little while to figure out, right? But bringing that back to Xbox, we got this xCloud now. We got these saves, and it's like, everybody got this one game that you play religiously. Maybe it's a multiplayer game that will be best fit, for example, like this, where you play all the time, no matter what other games that will cycle through your life that you play, right? Like the new hotness comes out, you play that, right? But you always have this go-to bread and butter that's always installed, always up to date. You play that nearly every day. And now with the xCloud, and then it's on xCloud, and you start, maybe get your daily fix of that game on the cloud, but all those saves are going back and forth, and you ain't even got to think about it, because unlike on Steam where it has something to tell you it's happening, Xbox doesn't. It just does it, right? Automatically, it is like what Boss is saying. It's like, if you don't got that, you're like the low-level creature. Why every other platform have this but you? I think even Nintendo has cloud saves, do they not?
Cloud save?
Check
huh?
this.
What is cloud save?
One thing about this xCloud, guys, put it this way. Imagine you're going on a trip for vacation and you got Wi-Fi on the airplane. You got your Xbox controller. You got your iPad, whatever.
There's been tweets about that.
It works, folks. It works.
It works.
There's been tweets about that. People with the X screen, and that's how they've been playing.
In transit right now. In transit, I go on the train. We have Wi-Fi. I just plug in my Xbox controller to my iPhone 12. xCloud is right there while I go to work. You can play literally anything with any device, anywhere, at any time.
And when you come home, it's all there. It's all there. Everything you
Right
did,
it's right.
And you
there.
don't even think about it. It's not a thing you have to do. And I'm not trying to cap like PlayStation doesn't have it, but why are you paying money for this? Why is it behind a paywall? When y'all used to talk about Netflix was behind a paywall, Microsoft was doing such things like that. It was true.
I don't know.
And that's not there no more.
Hey, has anybody ever paid attention? Has anybody ever paid attention to the realest one's profile? It's like, is it me or is he just mean mugging me, bro?
You mean mugging, man?
Dang, I feel a lot of heat coming off of there, man.
Angry black man.
That's that alpha man. That's that alpha man. Huh?
That means I gotta start acting right.
Like, hell no. Like, I'm gonna act up. why act right? Why can act left?
The chair into the mix. Boom, it's set.
Yeah, I used to get smacked in the back of the head a lot.
Fact.
But no, to add this.
PlayStation 4 has taken over this PlayStation generation. Shouts to PlayStation 4. I don't think that's ever been done where the last gen comes back to life. I mean, tells everybody we never died. We've always been here. We don't want to see you. No, you don't want to see us, but we're here. turn around, made the PlayStation 5 community look at them.
I'm telling you what's
Jim
going
Ryan
on.
said, Fireball,
They-
Jim Ryan
they-
said, no, they crystallized.
That's mum. The PlayStation is mumra.
Right.
You got a little weak little PlayStation 4 that's holding things down, and then all of a sudden when it gets a little boost, it gets
Yes,
a little
sir.
boost. It gives a little, you know, like all spirits of evil becomes the PlayStation 5 screaming.
Yeah, they
"Ah!"
screaming. Ah!
Then all of a sudden
goes all over the place.
Then
you know, that real PlayStation community came out. That mighty PlayStation 4 community came out and said, "Y'all get back to the back of the line. Y'all ain't running nothing. Y'all ain't running shit around."
Oh, hit a trip, real quick. Hit a trip. This is 4 months in with no first party game. This is all off the stick of what everybody else is doing for the platform.
And see that, and that's what I'm getting at. They get and see just as soon as they turn into the ever living PlayStation 5. They get a reflection of themselves and they go back to weak little PlayStation 4.
Every single time. What's happening right now with Horizon Forbidden West?
Nothing.
Be like, hold on, PlayStation 4.
We don't know.
The mutants be like, hold on, PlayStation 4, where you going? We still getting our asses kicked. Where you going?
They're out here promoting.
I'm going back into the box.
They're out here promoting. Hey, I will say this though. The PlayStation 4 had a better boxing than the PlayStation 5. I will say that.
Everything had a better boxing than that.
Stop, shit.
Come on.
Stop. I mean, stop, really. Stop.
Yeah, there's a certain person who had the best PS5 unboxing, and legal knows who I'm talking about.
Craig Simmons, bro. Oh my god. Craig Simmons had me for like 4 days.
Hey, but that's really how I felt though, man. Like I got that box and dumped it on the bed. Like, wow.
Dude, y'all know.
I almost felt like Kid Smooth, man. I almost felt like Kid Smooth. I want to wrap it back up to see what a real presentation of a $500 item looked like.
Yeah, dude. You know what made that so funny to me? I mean, I couldn't. You know, I literally would go back to that video he would make and just laugh for like, I think I laughed for about 4 days.
Right, to show my wife that.
Right, it was so innocent. You know, the funny part, and shout out to Craig Simmons. We got to talk about you one more time, fam. Craig Simmons, it was a story. It was a story unfolding, and we didn't even realize it, right? Because before that, he was like, "I think something's wrong with my PlayStation 5." That's how it was starting. And then he made another tweet.
It was unfolding, all right.
Yeah, damn, something was wrong. I got the green screen, and I'm not lying, folks. Look, that's part 2. Part 3. I'm sending off my PlayStation 5 to PlayStation. Don't know when I'm gonna get it back. You know, that's how he's saying. He gets it back in 3 days. I can't believe I got my PlayStation 5 back in 3 days. Let me unbox this thing. I'm gonna do an unboxing. So he's doing an unboxing and puts the video out on Twitter, and this is what gets me. In his pure innocent form, he grabs it. He's opening it up. No, first he grabs it and he shakes it a little bit. What the hell is that?
I feel like this is like a description of porn or something. What the hell? This is weird,
bro. It was killing me, Tech. It's sick. What the hell is this? No wonder the damn console's all effed up. Hell, my console ain't even stabilized in the box. We're sitting and listening. We're looking at him. So he opens it up. And I promise you, y'all, I fell out when he pulled out that damn egg carton. The hell is this? Because that's what was killing me. He kept saying, "What the hell is this?" It's like, damn egg carton. He's like, he threw it. He flings it. You know, he does the classic fling. Man, when he pulled that damn console out of that box, man, and he said, "Damn." He was like, "I tell you one thing, Xbox makes you feel like you got a trophy, like you won an award when you do the unboxing." Fireballs, what did he say, boy? He said, PlayStation's like, "Here, take this, motherfucker." Dude, when he said that, bro, I could not stop laughing because it was like a Samuel L. Jackson moment. And
Leo,
like,
I'm gonna tell you something right now.
You cried on that damn Twitter.
I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. I seen better. I had better unboxing experiences with GoBots when I was a kid. And that was cheap
real.
packaging.
Yeah, bro.
Now that tells you something.
That tells you something.
No, man, they
When
were
the
trying to protect the
PlayStation ain't even
environment, man.
sealed in. It wasn't even sealed in, realist.
It's a green
$500.
initiative, man. Cut them some slack.
Man, I couldn't
Could have
believe
done a
it.
little
I don't
something.
know about it. I don't know about initiative, but it was green, all right.
When I did my unboxing for the Series X, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. As a man, I felt esteemed. I felt prestiged. It even had a ribbon wrap. I'm like, damn. You know, it was so beautiful. Normally when you're doing unboxing, you ravish it. Cut it open. You're throwing shit out. With the Series X, it was like you was touching something delicate and fragile. You was sliding it out of things and moving shit over to the side, all delicate. You was like, damn, you open it up. Well, damn. It was like you won them an Oscar.
It was the equivalent of unboxing a high dollar phone or something like that, like an iPhone or a high level Samsung or something like that. Man.
Right.
It's just like when you unbox any premium product, and it's sad that these guys,
keyword premium people,
these guys got together and said we're gonna put egg crates in our $500 console. You know, like you get a new phone, it's presented. You open the box and it opens such a way that the phone is presented to you, and you're like, "Wow, I have something." And you should feel that way because you just burned $1,000 to $1,500 on a phone, right? We bought these consoles, we hustled, we clicked buy, especially if you got it on day one. And then when you get it, it's like, "Oh, I'm happy to get a PlayStation." And then you open your box. You look in there, you see all this foam, this white plain foam, and then you see these egg cartons, and it's like, man, I just left y'all don't have HEB. I just left Walmart, and I got a crate of eggs. That's what it looks like. And so, I mean, because there's really no other way but to dump the thing out. It's just not, the presentation sucked. They felt like they already got their people sold, and that's when anybody is in trouble when they take things for granted. They feel like they don't have to do certain things. They don't have to work hard for your dollar because you've already told them that they already have your dollar, and they don't have to do anything for it.
But isn't that what everybody's saying, realist? PlayStation they don't have to work as hard. They already proven themselves. Doesn't everybody like to keep saying that bull?
That's what it is.
If they've already proven themselves to the Sony fans, they wouldn't be on PC, right?
They got to stay consistent with proving themselves, just like Xbox right now. They prove themselves, yet they're staying consistent of keep proving themselves. Sony,
there's still people saying that they ain't did enough. They still ain't proved themselves.
I feel like as
be fair,
all of the players. I feel for
that ain't no clownery. Like
they could have done something with their presentation. Honestly, like it doesn't matter. Console wars, this war, that war. When you're purchasing something $500, $600 here in Britain, whatever UK, they pay like $450 for that console. In British pounds, it translates to like $900. They could have done something with their presentation. Shouting and boasting and shouting. They don't have no problem sitting there in game shows with live people, live fire, setting a theater on fire with their light show. They don't have no representatives that come on podcasts and chop it up with the fans. No morals and no ethics comes through. Your fans are sitting there supporting you, first class, Naughty Dog, this, all of that. Just give them something that
got dudes touching little toddlers.
That's where their money's going, bailing them out.
Paying for little Timmy?
Keeping them on hush, all of that. They lack respect for their gaming communities and their fan base right now.
Well, they gotta respect themselves.
Exactly. And with what's going on, touching little children, doing this and that, and they're just all about that bag. And it's just firing back right now. It's not good. I feel like the reason why they're holding back the PS5, they found out that there is a problem with it. I heard that when it's on standby, it just shuts down.
Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to add to what a few minutes back to when Sick was going through his heated moment and stuff. is I wanted to add to it is that that just like, you know, him and Legal were talking about, you got nothing to worry about. You know, even if the power goes out, you got nothing to worry about. You got to go. You got to go. You got to run your kids somewhere, or you got to go grab a pizza or something like that. You got nothing to worry about. You have these guys right here where they're scared to even let the thing go into sleep. Cause it's like a sick family member. It go to sleep. You don't know if it's going to get back up.
Yeah, it's
It's
true.
like granddad, hey, granddad. Ugh. You don't know.
You don't know. PlayStation 4 doesn't have a rest mode.
You know, and but like with the PS5, it's like you don't know. You know, tomorrow is not promised to you.
You know what? After this show, I'm making a Twitter post. I dare all PlayStation 5 players to put their console on rest mode. I'm about to
do that. When you do that, find a GIF of like, say, like Jimmy Superfly Snooker or Honky Tonk Man, or somebody putting somebody in a sleeper hole. I dare you to put it to sleep.
You know what's crazy? PlayStation 5 lacks one thing that PlayStation 4 has, and it should have had it in addition to its console. And Xbox had it since what? Xbox One? Xbox One X, actually. It's called super sampling.
Oh.
Did you guys know that? PlayStation 5 doesn't even have super sampling.
I didn't even think about that.
I didn't know it was exactly the same. God damn.
No, I didn't. I just thought about that just now.
No VRR, no super, nothing. This is just like a level entry RDNA 1.3 console. They pissed their budget on that controller with the haptic, their camera sets. Yeah, they won't. I feel
people won't shut up about that doggone controller. Good Lord. You're like,
that's the only star of the show for that console.
But yet every once in a while I come across somebody who said they had a situation where I was in the middle of a heated match and my trigger froze up and I had to force the trigger and break the doggone the thing that holds the trigger in place to simulate resistance and stuff.
The drift.
They had people where the gears just locked up.
As we got the Xbox family, a very well-versed, well-rounded console, comes out with an even controller, hardcore gaming, new gamers, anywhere, anytime you want to play. Cloud, Game Pass is right there for you. I believe Sony's got to go back to the drawing board, square one, and think smart and think fast, and give back to the ones that they've lost and gain respect back immediately.
Well, you heard it from Sammy V. Sammy V all the way from Canada. Six Layer, Boss, the realest one. Chit Chat community. Yo, I love y'all, man. Thank y'all for giving me my green energy tonight. It's been good. It's been great. It's been fun. We're hitting over our 2-hour mark. And now it's time to say goodbye.
About to pull your Mr. Rogers, about to change your sweater, and
I was gonna do the Mickey Mouse Club, but
get out of the sneakers and get in the loafs. Because you know even in that neighborhood you don't walk around with those type of sneakers.
What is it? Take off the cardigan, there, gummit. Let's go.
Now we used to joke about that too. Talking about why is he always changing his shoes like that? Be like, because you don't walk down that street with wearing that. You get robbed.
Sammy V, let them know where they can find you at in Canada, man. Even if they gotta go through that thick wilderness.
At Vancouver, BC, you could always check me out on Twitter at DJ Sammy V. I'm always with New Legal, pushing them hard, play Halo Infinite with me all day, so you guys could catch us online. Let's all chit chat, everybody. Let's one night, one time, at each other and kill it.
Facts. Six Layer, let them know where they can find you at, fam.
Yo, Six Layer on everything, and I really do mean everything. If there's a platform, I got my name there already reserved. You know what it is, man. Just hit me up.
Monday.
Whoa. One more thing. Monday, I got a new video about the Steam Deck. I got a package from D Brand. It's on and pop this Monday.
Nice. Fireballs. Let them know where they can find you at, man. Even if they gotta make a few turns around here in South Carolina.
You can find me hanging out with Morris Day, making ice cream castles, shucking tobacco, and all that stuff like that. But nah,
Ride in the back of the truck.
You can find. Well, no, we don't do that. No, we don't do that no more. The road. No, you don't want to do it with these roads. You don't. But yeah, like I said, you can find me under the same name on Twitter, 18 and up. I'm going to warn you about that now. You can also find me with the same username on Xbox as well. Currently, I've been kind of back and forth playing a little bit of I've been trying to get back into Pillars of Eternity and stuff. I even started it all the way back over because I started discovering some stuff, and me and Realist kind of joked about that, whereas like being one of those type of players where you're like, oh shoot, I just discovered something. Well, I guess I'm not too far into the game, so I guess I can start back. So yeah, I'm one of those strange ones. And also I'm still monkeying around with Tunic because I'm one of those guys where I'm trying to 100% the heck out of it.
All right, man. Heck yeah. Keep it gaming, brother. Realist
Always do.
One, you the last one. The Ashcani son. Down in Houston, Texas. Let them know when you're riding around on the 610 or on the 1290. Did I get that right? If not, forget it anyway. When you're not
riding around on steers,
hurricanes and tropical depressions, let them know what you're doing on the meantime, Eli.
Oh man, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter, Xbox. Don't look for me anywhere else. Same thing, the realest one.
Facts,
the realest cowboy in Houston.
The realest cowboy. Nah, I ain't the realest cowboy, bro. It's real down here, bro. It's Texas.
Right, man. I've been seeing some cats walking around with some chaps and 10-gallon hats and stuff like that.
That's what I said. I ain't the realest one because man, it's real here.
The big buckle.
The Texas Longhorns on the grill, fam. Come on.
The big wallet.
The 84 elbows on them bows. Yo, I go by the name of the New Legal, man. I'm here to represent the X League podcast, the League of Extraordinaires. Shouts to the Chit Chat community. Shouts to my panel. Shouts to Teknoblast and his son. Shouts to JyzalGamingTV who couldn't be here tonight. And shouts to everybody else who graces us as guests, who know how to pull up a seat. Shouts to the whole entire real Xbox community. Remember, keep it gaming and always chase the one up in life, man. It's the New Legal. Direct gaming, y'all. We out of here. Peace.
Later, y'all.